this is Cindy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna go ahead and learn how I did this look. So if you're interested to know what products I use and how I applied it, just keep on watching. And by the way, my giveaway is still going on, so if you're gonna take part in it, I'm gonna attach the link somewhere here, so you can take a look at that. And let's get started. So to get started with this look, I've already moisturized my face, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this primer. This is by YSL. Since I have dry skin, it really helps hydrating the skin and also get that perfect luminous look that I love. I'm just gonna take one drop of it and then dot my face with it. Now that I've primed my skin, I'm going to go ahead and take some foundation. I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty foundation in shade 240. I'm going to take 2 pumps because I feel like that's enough for my skin. And I'm just going to take this brush from Morphe. It's the M439. I love this brush because it's so dense and the bristles are so tightly packed that you get the flawless finish. It gives you a full coverage. So if that's something you're opting for, I'd really recommend this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start applying my foundation. So you see, I'm not rubbing, but I'm buffing it inside my skin. So now that we're done with the foundation, I'm going to go ahead and apply some concealer. I'm going to take my top favorite concealer. I'm going to take some Shape Tape in the shade medium, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply that under my eye and then also on my lids, since I like to prime my eyelids with some concealer. Now that I've applied my concealer, I'm going to take my beauty blender and then buff it inside my skin. So I'm not, as you can see, I'm not rubbing it, but I'm actually just buffing it and pushing it inside my skin. And then this concealer doesn't make your foundation move or anything, which is why it's my favorite. Okay, now that I'm done with my concealer, I'm just going to go ahead and take some translucent powder. This one's by La Mercier. This is my absolutely favorite translucent powder. I'm just going to take this brush by Real Techniques. It doesn't have a name. I'm just going to take this brush, dip it in some translucent powder, and then I'm just going to dust off the excess. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to take that and press this into my under eyes. So what this is going to help me do is it's going to set my under eyes. My foundation does tend to move from this side because I use my phone a lot, so I like to set this side with some translucent powder as well. Next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my contour shade. This is a bronzer by NARS. It's called the Laguna. I'm going to take this in the shade Laguna and with my Morphe Morphe M438. I'm gonna dip my brush into it, and all I'm gonna do is contour. So I'm gonna start from where my hairline ends, so where my ear starts basically, because I like to lift my cheekbone a little up. So I'm just gonna draw not a straight line, but like a little curved line to make it look more natural. So as you see, I'm just buffing it into my skin. Now that I've already done my bronzing and contoured my face, I'm gonna take my blush. I'm gonna take this Morphe brush. It came in a roller set, so it doesn't have a number, but you can take whatever brush you use for your blush on. It's just an angled brush, which is a little dense. I'm gonna take my blush on. Today I'm gonna apply NARS Orgasm. This blush on gives you that beautiful bright pink look. Just applying that. Now that I'm done with my foundation, concealer, contour, and blush on, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my favorite part. I'm gonna use this palette, which I'm giving away in my giveaway, the Bobbi Brown highlighting palette. I'm gonna take the Morphe M501, and I'm gonna use this champagne shade today. I'm just gonna dip in this brush. Ooh. Yes. Just gonna do the exact same thing on this side. I'm using the Goof Proof Brow Pencil in shade 4 by Benefit. So now that I've filled them in, I'm just gonna go ahead and buff them out. Okie dokie, now that we're done with our entire face, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes now. I'm using the Modern Renaissance palette today. It's by Anastasia Beverly Hill. It has to be one of my favorite palettes. As you can see, it's used and abused, like my other palettes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my crease. I'm gonna take this brush. It's the M535 by Morphe. I'm gonna dip it in Golden Arche. Poetry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start and building my crease. I'm just gonna take the shade and just apply with the right hand. Okie dokie. Now I'm gonna take the same brush and dip it in burnt orange, and then dust off the excess, and then go over the same place. Now that that's done, I'm gonna take this brush by Morphe. It's the M330. This is my absolute favorite brush when I don't have a lot of eye brushes. This is the only brush I use. I would dip it in my contour shade or anything and just go over my crease to give that, like, I would just have foundation on and a concealer on and just a brown shade here to give me and myself some dimension, my eyes some dimensions. And this is my absolutely favorite brush. If I recommend one, if you have to have like just one brush, I'd recommend you have this, because everything else you can work it out. You can do your lips with your fingers, you can do your inner corners with your little finger, but this one you really can't do anything without this. So now I'm just gonna take this red poetry again and dust off the accents, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and start buffing it in my eye. Now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and take this B77 by Morphe and I'm gonna dip it in antique bronze. I think that's the color I'm gonna use on my lids today. So for my lid, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna dip my little finger and I'm gonna take this shade by L'Oreal. It's the Fat Pigment in shade 892 Amber Rush. It's a beautiful foil shade. So I'm just gonna apply it in the center of my lid. Okie dokie, so now that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and take the same brush that we had in the beginning, the M535, and go over this orange shade, the Real Girl. Just tie everything together. Now to smoke out my eye, I'm gonna take this brush by Morphe. It's the Morphe E17. I'm gonna take this Cypress Umber, this dark brown in the palette. Make sure you dust off this shade because I feel like this shade has the most fallout. I'm just gonna lightly pack it on my outer corners. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go back with the M535 with the warm dough, the lighter shade, and I'm just gonna blend everything together. That is done. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my eyeliner now. So my eyeliner is done, and if you want to go ahead and see how I applied it in details, my previous video was in detail about how I apply my eyeliner. Okie dokie, now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara. This is their Real Vibe Benefit. I don't like to apply too much on my lower lash line. I'm just going to take this MAC 194 brush and take the same dark brown shade that I took earlier and then just apply it to my lower lash line. Okay, now that everything else is done, I'm just going to go ahead and take my lipstick. I'm going to take Trendsetter by Huda Beauty and apply it onto my lips. Now to set my face, I'm going to take some MAC Fix Plus and spray it onto my face. I like to keep the bottle about 6 to 7 inches apart, far away from my face. What this is going to do is it's going to absorb all the excess powder that you might have, and it's also going to set and keep your makeup fresh throughout the day. So that's all for this look. But let me know whatever you think about this look and what you want to see next. I'll be reading all the comments below. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!